Stop trying to be happy. A few years ago, I had a lot of anger and believed that my issues made me a difficult person. In college, I was exposed to ideas about pursuing purpose and passion. But despite reading books and watching TED Talks on the topic, I didn't see any improvement and felt like there was something even more wrong with me. I wish I could tell my past self that the beliefs I had were not true and that it was okay to accept and use my anger and pain to create the life I wanted. You can embrace the fact that you are angry. You can embrace the fact that you feel like you are in pain, and you can use that to make the life that you want. You don't have to rely on positivity and passion to build the life you want, because it implies that negative emotions are bad. But in reality, half of life is bound to be below average. So if you don't use that as a source of energy and motivation, you'll be at a disadvantage. Imagine you have a big vision for your life on one side, and on the other side, your family is kidnapped and will be killed if you don't act. Which one motivates you more? It's likely the latter, as it's harnessing the pain rather than trying to evoke a positive feeling. I felt like I had more pain than good in my life, and I saw it as a disadvantage. I didn't have a big purpose or something I loved and was passionate about. If I could go back and accept that it was okay to be angry, but not okay to do nothing about it, instead of procrastinating by searching for purpose and constantly changing paths, I would have gotten to where I wanted to be much faster. Many people believe that they have to be happy and have a sense of purpose and passion in their lives in order to improve their situation. And they think that their lack of passion is the reason for their poverty. This is not true. They are poor because they are not engaging in the activities that would make them rich. And you can use whatever negative feelings, experiences, pain, and anger to fuel those activities. So, if you are someone who is more motivated by negative experiences, embrace them. The saying, "The road to hell is paved with good intentions," has an equal opposite, which is the road to heaven is paved with bad intentions. You can do good with negative motivation. I still use negative experiences as motivation. When confronted with something I don't want to do, I use that negative fuel as a push to get through it. By consistently doing this, I improve at that task, and the results of my work compound. Eventually, I start to see a purpose or a bigger vision. My big vision for my life is to not be broke, and my mission is to overcome poverty. While there are aspects of this that I enjoy, there are also many daily tasks that I dislike. However, I dislike them less than the alternative of being poor. The wealthiest people in the world say that it's not just about the money, because once you have enough, the motivation stops. The wealthiest people in the world have three things in common. 1, they have the big goal. 2, they have massive fears about never being enough, insecurity. 3, they have the self-discipline to stay focused on their goal, often driven by the fear of failure, such as the thought of what it would be like to have your friends tell you that you were a failure and have them laugh behind your back, or talk down about you, or have your parents introducing you as their fun-loving kid. That is what would crush me. The tasks that are necessary, but not enjoyable, like business overhead, are not fun. The question is whether they are less unpleasant than the pain of not taking action. As long as the discomfort of moving forward is less than the pain of remaining stagnant or the imagined pain of not taking action, that discomfort can serve as a powerful motivator to stay on course for a long time. I am currently writing my book and on the 11th draft. The thought of not having done enough is incredibly painful to me. The idea of the book not succeeding or people thinking I didn't try hard enough is more distressing than reworking and revising the chapters repeatedly. This way, when I launch it, I know that I have exhausted every option possible. One of my personal mantras is, I will not do my best, I will do what is required. The difference between what you think is your best and what is actually required is the difference between your perceived best and your true best. Your true best is what you would do to prevent everyone you know from dying. What matters to others is the outcome and what you put out into the world. Whether it's purpose or passion that fuels you is not as important as being successful. So, even if you can't find purpose or passion, it doesn't excuse you from being successful. If you like this type of content and want to hear more conventional advice from a small YouTuber, then please consider subscribing. And remember, Hard work beats talent if talent doesn't work hard.